Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here to share a Project Life spread for you again. As you saw my note, before I started this layout, was really trying to decide whether I wanted to do a Project Life page or did I want to clean up my scrap room, because this was kind of the moment of truth. My desk, as you can kind of see, is a bit of a disaster, and most of it you can't even see on camera. But I was trying to decide whether I wanted to scrapbook another layout or clean up my craft room, and I went with scrapbook another layout. So these are just some supplies I had sitting around my desk from previous pages. But I'm using a different color scheme, so I'm using the same products but really using a different color scheme. These are photos from April of 2014. I had 4 Project Life pages that I was completing for that month, and this is the second page. If you missed the first page, go back just a couple videos and you'll be able to see it. Oh, and plus I've been really trying to make sure that my playlists are updated, so if you want to just watch a bunch of videos at one time, you can go to a playlist and pick them, and they are sorted in the order that they were posted, so you'll be able to watch them in order. So kind of the main point of what I was doing here was using my favorite things Project Life core kit, and instead of focusing on the pink like I had on previous layouts, I was pulling out the greens, like this lime green and this teal blue color, and I really liked the direction that it took. It was different than the other layouts that was using the same products, and I really liked that. It'll complement with the other pages, of course, because it's using the same line of products, but it's just a different focus here. So I'm just going to kind of flip through here. Was this all of them? Oh, whenever I pull out my Project Life cards, I usually, if it's a whole core kit, I usually only keep about 1/4 of it in my little Project Life bin, and then I put the rest I just store the rest somewhere else. That way, I'm not flipping through 600 cards at one time. I'm only flipping through 150 cards or so at one time. So that's kind of how I work here. And of course, I have a sampling of all of the cards that come in the kit. And I think my favorite card on this layout is that blue one with the lime green star. It is so cute. And then I laid one off to the side too to kind of consider. So this is the basic layout. I'm going to be changing a few of these things up, but this is the basic way that it's going to end up. As I always do, I'm using the white cardstock pieces in the 4x6 spots, and I always use the Design A page protector like 99.9% of the time, unless it's some other insert. And so I keep the 4x6 spots, all 4 of the 4x6 spots, with squared corners on white cardstock, and then the middle row, which are the 3x4 cards, will stay 3x4 cards, of course, but keep the rounded corners, and I don't back those on white cardstock. I just like the consistency of this in my layout. That way, regardless of whether I'm actually using Becky Higgins products or I'm using other products, I can still make sure that it looks cohesive throughout. Now, in order to do this, I, of course, have to trim a lot of these 4x6 Becky Higgins Project Life cards. Now, I don't actually use that many 4x6 Project Life cards. I use a lot of the 3x4 cards, but I usually have 4x6 photos in all of the 4x6 spots, and I print my photos from Snapfish, and I have the white border printed on those photos. So I don't typically actually use a lot of 4x6 Project Life cards, though I like them, and obviously I use 4 of them in this layout, so it's definitely useful to have them. I've been telling you more about my reasoning behind things than my actual process, though I haven't really done a whole lot so far. One other thing that I do like to do is, you'll see me do a couple times here, I like to use those little offcut pieces, which is why they're still in the desk and they're not in the trash can. I keep those on my desk almost throughout the entire layout, just in case I want to add a bit of that color somewhere else on the layout. So like, I just took one of the teal pieces that was an offcut and added it right under that photo, because it was on a primarily white card. I felt like it needed a little bit of color, so I added that little border strip, and then I'm also going to mat this photo on this teal tone-on-tone stripe pattern paper. I believe that paper was from Recollections, but I'm not 100% sure. It was given to me by my sister. It was her D-Stash stuff, so I'm not exactly sure where it's from, but it is a thinner piece of paper, so it makes me think it's from one of those large paper pads from Michaels, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, what I've been doing probably in the last 3 months was storing all of my loose miscellaneous die cuts and pieces that I've cut out of paper in these color-coded photo boxes. Now, any of the die cut packs that I purchase, I try to keep in the original packaging until I'm down to just a few of them. Then I'll sort them through my color sorted storage. And this really helps with Project Life because I try to stick to a certain color scheme. I don't mind having a bunch of different colors on a layout, but sometimes you just need a certain color, and having those miscellaneous products sorted that way really helps me be able to make sure that I, find things in the certain colors that I'm looking for. For instance, I need something green to go on this card because it was blue, there was that teal color, but there wasn't any green. There was a little bit of green under the word enjoy today, but I needed a little bit more green. So I went through and I actually found a half of a Polaroid frame piece that was cut from a patterned paper, and I just use it to add it almost makes it look like a tab in a sense on the side of that photo. Looking through all my different supplies, I did have, like I had mentioned, a bunch of stuff sitting on my desk, so it was pretty easy to have things already color coordinated. This is actually a label from Chickadee Crafts Scrumptious Journaling Tags. It's a sticker sheet, like a 6x12 sticker sheet. Now, though I said that I sort them by color, I also have a few things that are sorted either by the manufacturer or the theme. So this one is actually just a photo box that I keep with my LA Studio tags. These are like the ones that I've cut I've cut apart or that were bought as die cuts. And I pulled out some of the gray embellishments out of there because it kind of coordinated with the black writing that was on a few of the cards here. This again is that Chickadee Crafts label sheet. I think I need to buy more labels. As I've been doing Project Life a lot more recently, I have realized that I don't have that many labels. I have a ton of stickers and embellishments, but really not that many of them are true labels. And I have found that when I'm doing Project Life, I actually need labels more than I need other things because it's a simple little embellishment. Simple little spot to add a tad bit of journaling when you don't necessarily need to add journaling on the whole card. And I've actually found too, I told my husband tonight, I said, I need to take more photos because I end up having a ton of photos of just our everyday things that we do, which is completely fine, but we're not doing a whole lot. And so I need to take more photos of things that we're doing so I have more stories to tell. Though I do enjoy capturing the everyday, it's not it's very important, yes, but I'm not really capturing memories so much when I'm doing this. However, that's really not true, I suppose, because I'm capturing memories of Kaylin always wanting to be in the kitchen cooking with me, or us walking up to the park all the time up the street, which is where these photos are from. And it's just our daily life, but I guess I am really capturing more stories than I realize I am, even though it's just our daily life. So never mind. Maybe I should just retract that entire thought. Sorry, I kind of went down a rabbit hole there, but anywho, I am just trying to figure out where to put this little label here. It was just a sticker. I also usually sort a lot of the things that I may get in a rack or a D-Stash. I usually sort those in the color-coded things as well because a lot of times they're not in the original packaging, and I really don't mind. I actually find it cumbersome to keep things in the original packaging, but for the sake of coordinating product lines and being able to tell you where I got things from, I do kind of like keeping them in the original packaging. Now, I have found that one thing that I do frequently is to maybe take it out of the original packaging, especially if it's one of those like plasticky things that you kind of have to rip apart to get the die cuts out. I think those are a pain. But anyways, that's kind of beside the point. I like to keep those. I just kind of take the backing piece off that tells you what it was and what came in it, and I put them in just a little Ziploc baggie. I have a ton a ton of little bags that I have purchased for my Etsy shop and different projects and things like that. I also have these life documented simple story snap stickers, and they're word stickers. And if you don't have that and you love word stickers, I highly suggest buying it because you get 4 sheets that are cream based, 4 sheets that are white based. And I got them at Michael's. They were on clearance, I think, or I used a 40% off coupon, one of the two. But they have a lot of really just generic, simple words and stickers and phrases, and that's what I need because I don't have a whole lot of themey things here. I like being able to have all of those just stickers to use in different sayings and different applications, I suppose. Like there's hearts, there's words like love, but then there's words like everyday and fun and favorite and things like that, so you can definitely find and use them in different ways. And you get 8 sheets, so it's kind of hard to pass that up because that's a good amount. Oh, and I also keep random die cuts that I have made myself on my Cuttlebug or Cricut. There we go. About to say I had a moment. Or Cricut in these little color-coded, color-sorted photo boxes. And some of these sticker sheets are very, very bare. Tell me, I have never thrown away a sticker sheet because I've never used a full one up. At what point do you decide to just, toss in the towel and throw the sticker sheet away because you're not going to use the cues and the whatever things are on there still? I have found that I actually alter words a lot, or alter letters a lot. Like a cue, I may cut off the little, tail part in order to make it an O or a P or whatever I'm trying to make it. Ooh. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting by the fire wrapped up in a blanket because I'm cold at the moment. It's cold outside, but it's not that cold, but I am freezing, and I think the blanket's making me tired because usually I wrap up in a blanket and go to bed. But sorry, sidetracked. So tell me, if you guys do anything with, sticker sheets, of letter sticker sheets, alpha sticker sheets, not just regular sticker sheets, I get that. I understand, taking off the last few stickers, using the powder tool on the back and sticking them in your stash or whatever. But alphas, I'm a little stumped on what to do with the alphas because I don't want to throw them away. I might use them. But there's certain ones that, especially like those circular kind of tile-like alphas, they look kind of like the sticky keys, but they were from the Michael's Dollar Spot. I wish I had bought 800 packages of them because I used them all the time, and I still pull them out. They were white and either gray or silver. I think it was technically gray. Oh, I wish I had so many more of those. I love them, but I don't have any A's or E's or anything like that helpful anymore, but I still pull them out all the time. But do y'all have any suggestions whatsoever to do with the sticker sheets like that you're almost done with, but you can't seem to part with them because you might use it? That's kind of the point where I'm at. Okay, we actually don't have a whole lot left of this layout. It's coming to an end here. I'm just kind of flipping through and figuring out what to do on these top 2 cards. I have these vellum speech bubble pieces that were racked to me, probably about a year and a half ago or so. I believe they were from a Studio Calico kit originally. But they had a green on there, and it was pale enough to kind of look a little neon, which matched with this color scheme. So I said, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and use it. Go ahead and get it used up instead of just keeping things in my stash all the time. So I'm just kind of layering 2 different speech bubbles here. And it's on vellum, so it's not adding a new color or anything. And I really like the way that they look. So I'm just going to lay these out for you here. And then I will do some close-up close-up photos at the very end. I'm going to add a few little bits of washi tape just to kind of finish it off. But don't forget to check out my blog if you'd like to see more close photos and a little bit more detail about the page, and also a list of supplies if you'd like to see any of the product supplies that I used. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Also subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I am planning to do another giveaway very, very, very soon, so please subscribe so you'll get notice of when that goes up. All right, I really appreciate you all joining me today for a little bit of Project Life, and I hope you have a good afternoon. Thank you. Bye.